It's Manny.
I'm Ozzy from HPP Racing. We're going to give you a little bit of a recap, basically what happened at the show. Most of you all saw it Monday night. Manny was driving in it as well. He's the driver of the Blue Angel. We're here at HPP. We ran with the 405 guys this weekend. It was good racing. It was a good time, but these were all OG street cars. No race cars out there. Street cars just like this. Josh Dillon was driving. You know more about this car than I do.
So this is actually my old car. This was mine. I actually let Doc borrow it in the hard tire race when they did that for the 405 show. And then I had a customer that just wanted it more than I did. His name's Josh. So he bought it. He had us sleeve the block and do built engine and then turn the Whipple up. It has a Whipple blower on it. It's a Gen 5 3.0 Whipple with 1,300 injectors and meth, and it made about 1,100 to the wheels through the 10-speed auto. But the owner, Josh, had not made one pass in it before that street race.
After you dyno tuned it, got it ready for him.
I made a couple hits in it, made sure it shifted and everything, and then we just set him loose there. And he did a great job. You know, he got her down, he cut a good light, but he was racing Reaper, and Reaper made a badass hit.
Reaper's got a lot of experience. His car is badass. On the fine line of race car, street car, just messing with Reaper. But yeah, Reaper's also an experienced racer. He knows how to get down the track. Josh gave him a run for his money. I thought it was pretty close. On TV, I mean,
yeah,
they showed the end was not bad at all.
The show was awesome. It was super cool of the guys to invite us. They said that whenever they were going to do street cars, they knew that we had a bunch of fast street cars, so they had us put together a team. And we didn't, we weren't trying to make it all HPP, so we reached out to a couple local shops that we talked to and a couple local street racers, and we put together a good little team. It was kind of a last-minute deal, which same thing for the 405 guys. They were running NPK, and they didn't have a lot of time to put cars together, so they were getting them together and testing them as they were filming.
I think we gave them the best run for their money, though. When we were running, I mean, at first, we were getting our asses kicked. We just had little problems. Manny's pipe blew off on his truck, so he lost a little bit of boost.
Truck. That was on the...
Well, the truck you borrowed.
On Spike's truck.
Well, the truck you borrowed.
No, I wasn't in that truck.
He was in that truck?
The one that Daddy Dave raced.
Oh, I thought that was you losing.
No.
No?
I'm sure you like to say that. But...
Sometimes I got to give him his losses, but look how he takes it personal. I thought it was the same great truck. Well, it was a great truck.
No, it wasn't. It was a white truck.
Was it? I thought you were driving it.
No. It was the first race of the series when the guy... It's a fast-ass truck. The guy offered Daddy Dave the back tire, and then in the burnout, it blew the charge pipe off, and then it didn't go nowhere, and then Dave got all excited and said, oh, he should have given him cars, lanes, and this and that, and it's just the guy's charge pipe blew off.
Well, that was one of our losses.
That was a shitty loss, but it's a loss. Then we had another shitty loss with the Corvette. He had the little roll after they stopped him.
But those are the rules. I mean,
it's the rules.
The guy bitched on the show a little bit. He did what he, cried. I don't know if you want to call it crying. I call it crying because we knew the rules from the beginning. Murderno was pretty fair about all his stuff. We want to go out there and kick their ass for sure. We want to beat them. We've raced with these guys all the time. We're friends with these guys. Yeah, we want to win. And we're hoping for a rematch. We want to get out there and do it again. But when the car moved, they both did leave together. The Corvette ended up winning the race. It did win the race, but you didn't follow the rules. The car pushed forward, you automatically lose. It's like a jump. There's no arguing about it. That's why me and Manny, we're gonna sit there and start arguing. It's not worth arguing over stuff that we've known has been going on for over 10 years.
Yeah, in the last 5 years, I've seen so many people win and lose by that same rule. So, like, they wanted us as captains. They're like, you guys are the captains, you need to go argue. And it's like, we're not going to argue this. They discussed this in the driver's meeting.
Yeah.
When you're told to stop, you cannot move. If you do, you lost. So, I mean, it sucks, and it's a technicality, but it's what happened. So if a couple other things had gone our way, we could have won that race. If we would have been fortunate enough to race them early in their season, we probably would have wiped them out because they didn't have their cars figured out yet. By the time we raced them, they had started to figure it out, and they were turning them up. But either way, it would be really nice to get a rematch. We probably needed to pick some races a little better. They probably got us on the picking of the races.
They did. They got us a little bit here and there, but I think if we take a couple cars that have a little bit more experience, the guys have a little bit more experience on the actual street, it could have been a little better. But the show is on, the show's got to be anyway for people that can enjoy the show and relate to these cars. This is old school street car racing. It's not supposed to be a back half car. It's not supposed to be any of that stuff. I know one of our cars didn't have a dash. Farm Truck was talking about. But they did put the dash.
He had the dash. It was just in the bed.
It was in the bed of the truck. But the dash was there, so the weight was there.
And he ended up putting it on.
He did. He put it on. He gave Farm Truck a good run. I mean, it was close.
More than Farm Truck could handle, or than he was ready for.
A little bit more, but Farm Truck got him on the light. He did get the start. But besides that, it was a really good show. I think HPP versus Oklahoma was really badass.
And they like their old school cars, which is cool and everything. Now here, we're more late model muscle, so we work with late model Mustangs, Corvettes, Camaros, new cars. And we kind of like the heated seats and the full interior, comfortable stereo system and haul ass. So, we brought new cars. Hell,
Well, except Trey's.
Yeah, Trey's and Eric, and they both ran badass.
Yeah.
We're actually thinking, we got this one on the dyno. We're thinking if we could get a rematch, we might bring one of these badass GT500s.
No, we need to bring this one. This is a brand new GT500, less than 1,000 miles on it.
400 miles.
Oh, 400 miles? So it's got 400 miles on it. All we did was put bolt-ons, port the blower. Keep in mind, the guy's got 2 of these. So we have a Whipple version. The Whipple version made what, 1,200 horsepower?
1,100.
11?
Yeah.
So it made about 1,100 horsepower. But these cars with the new transmissions in them, they're like a PDK style transmission that come in Porsches. This thing hooks up, shifts, and goes like on a dime. It runs. It's quick as hell. And I think this is going to be one of them that we can give him a contender and a good run in. We also had Carlton in there with the Cadillac if he wanted to spun like a maniac against Kamikaze.
I'll take a little blame for that one.
Yeah, you should take a lot of the blame because you turning it up. So he tells him to turn it up. Carlton
He
was all
actually
excited.
tested on the street. He had it ready where it was taking off and taking everything out of the hole. And the street got a little good after a few burnouts. And I told him it would take more, and he put more, and it didn't take it. It white smoked the tires. And he still actually almost caught Kamikaze by the end.
He did catch him. It was what, a half a car?
Yep.
It was pretty damn close. So Kamikaze, well, I know Kamikaze says his bottle wasn't working, but that's usually what they say when it's not working. Oh, my belt came off, my bottle doesn't work.
Yeah, Doc's belt blew off.
Yeah, but Doc's belt did blow off. I think it was,
It
bro.
did. Probably when he let off the gas is when those things freaking...
Right, at the end of the track, but they're
he
going to
made a
still
solid
show the
hit.
belt. Here's the belt that came off. But still, it was really good racing between these guys. I think it was a good, at the end, I felt we were coming back, but we just didn't have enough that night. I mean, I think if we come back next time and we bring the right cars, we can bring maybe one of the S10s that we got out here.
Yeah, I lost my first race to Damon, and
So you did lose 2. No, you
I
lost
lost
one
one,
and
and
won
then I
one.
beat
See, I
Asian.
knew you lost somewhere. I just forgot where.
I
on the
lost to
episode.
Damon. I kind of underestimated that car. That car hauls ass.
Damon's car?
Yeah.
Damon's car's fast.
And then my truck was borrowed. It's not my personal truck. I saw it about 45 minutes before the driver's meeting. Is the first time I ever saw the thing. And then before I made my first hit, they're like, "Hey, let me show you how to launch this thing." And it's not your normal hold the trans brake, let it off, and you're ready. You're holding a 2-step, you're holding the foot brake, and you're holding the gas. And then when the light comes on, you let go of the 2-step, the foot brake, and floor it all at the same time. And I just wasn't ready, and Damon treed me. Although I don't even know if I would have left. If he hadn't treated me, I don't think I still would have been able to win that
There's
race.
still a delay when you're doing that.
He
whole
got
bit.
me, by a good amount.
I mean, Damon's a good racer.
Yeah, and
he
it's
cuts
all
good
fast.
lights. He did great. I mean, he was 6-1 before we faced him. I think he had only lost 1 race with all the other states he had raced against. So Damon's car is pretty set up.
But man, it was probably one of the funnest nights of street racing that I've been around, and it's different, because it's super fun when you're watching cars make low 4-second passes down a street.
Yeah.
But
These are cars we could relate to.
It was stress-free, just friends having fun, street racing, trying to beat each other's ass, of course, but it was a badass time. I like what they did with the show. I think it relates to more of your everyday people that have, a Mustang or a Corvette or Camaro or an old Chevelle at home or something with, they can relate to these cars and they can run with these cars.
We even had a backflip, and then Big Rob did his, what was that
It
called?
was an attempt of a cartwheel.
It was an attempt of a cartwheel, but Big Rob looked funny doing it. He did a good job. I guess it was a cartwheel. At the end of the night, we lost money. Obviously, it sucks to go home lose, but we can't complain, We screwed up on a couple of the rules. We screwed up on a couple situations that we should have won. That we should have won those races. We made a couple bad decisions, but you're never going to go out there and win every time. But I think if we go back out next time, I think we get more.
Yeah, I think we can be more ready and
it's going to be a better show because it's going to be both sides are going to be a lot faster.
yeah, we need our
Everybody's-
rematch. I imagine for sure their next season they're probably going to be at least a half second faster. Because they're working on their cars, they're turning them up, they're
Yeah.
figuring them out. So we're going to have to turn our stuff up and figure out had to go faster as well.
There's definitely gonna be a rematch because this season, I think from what I've heard from all the people, like customers, fans, even people when we were at No Prep Kings that seen a couple of the races, they were like, man, that's really cool. They like the cars they could relate to, those street type cars. They really enjoyed the event. So I think this is gonna be a show that's gonna last for a little bit of time. This is a good show. I liked it.
And it's cool too to see they like all their old school cars. So they have all old school cars, and then we had like all brand new, brand new Corvettes, Camaros, Mustangs. So it's cool to see the
there's
different
some rumors
ages.
that some of the 405 guys are moving to, I'm not going to say what cars because that's top secret for now, but they're going to be shifting into some
they like
cars.
some of those trucks.
We'll just leave it at that. But they're going to do pretty good. I mean, it's going to be badass racing, I think, the next event. And we definitely need to do it again. And if you guys are hearing us, which I know you are, Reaper's always watching and stalking every website and stalking everything. So I guarantee Reaper's going to see this video.
We want our rematch.
We do want our rematch. We want to go out there and get another shot at kicking their ass. Although they kicked our ass this time, good job, guys. I guess we'll wait and see.
And I mean, that's another thing. Like, we're cool as hell with these guys. These guys, if they need help, we're there to help them. If we need help, they help us. When we're out at MPK, I had the Blue Angel out there, and I had an injector clog up. I talked to Sean, and he's like, man, go on my trailer and grab some injectors. It's no problem. And
Chuck helped out.
At another race, I had a piston mess up, and Chuck's like, man, I got pistons in there. Go get a piston or a lifter. Like
Daddy Dave's
those
helped
guys.
us out.
Those guys are,
They're
true,
stand-up
I would
guys.
say true friends and stand-up guys. And so we went in with the intention, like, we're not here to argue and fight. Like, we're here to have some good racing and see who can beat who.
And it was that night. I mean, even though we're all friends and we like each other, it was good just to race each other. Bet some money, win a little bit of money, lose a little bit of money. Luckily, I won some money. Except Big Mark, I owed him, I guess, a sweatshirt, but we don't make big enough sweatshirts, so I sent him two. I saw the video, and Mark already knows that we're already sending you the 2 shirts. They're in the mail. So, and I forgot about the bet, and I forgot to send you that, but honestly, I don't have those king-size bed sheet sweatshirts. I don't have them. But you're getting your shirts in the mail. You'll have your shit coming. And, man, I'll see you guys next time. I guess we're gonna get ready and see what happens and get your Blue Angel ready, and No Prep King starts back up in June, don't it?
Yeah, I'm looking to mess those guys up with the Blue Angel.
Blue Angel's running
Their
good.
hands full with that one.
Blue Angel's almost done. I think No Prep King starts in June. I think we raced our way in last year. We won one, finished a couple second and third. We did good. Car wasn't completely perfect because we got the car built at the end of the year, but now that it's good, Manny's got his lights on. We do a little bit of testing. I think we're going to give them a run for their money. Hopefully we'll be in the Invitational. We'll race our way into the Invitational at the beginning of the year. Hopefully you're ready for it. You're going to cut a good tree, I hope.
You know it. They're going to get treed every time. That's one thing. I ain't losing on the tree.
So we need to get you a flannel fire suit, like a lumberjack.
That'd be pimp.
Maybe they can make you a custom one. It won't be as nice as Pinky Stinky's pink suit, but it'll be a flannel suit. Anyway,
this is something we're thinking about bringing out. We got a stock motor, port blower, big throttle body, JLT, injectors, pulley, headers, and then we put on the 85. We're working on the tune right now. It made over 800 on 93 octane, and we're looking to get close to 1,000 on E85.
And guys, that's to the wheels. When you're talking about 1,000 horsepower to the wheels, you're talking about a car that is bone stock, except for those little bolt-ons that were done. That's it. And on E85, Ford gives you a pretty badass car to start with.
Beautiful, like a stock car. You'd never know. You can let your wife drive it. She wouldn't even know unless she floors it, and then she's gonna scare the shit out of herself.
I wouldn't let my wife drive it. She already kicked me out of the house. So I'm not letting her drive any of my shit. See what it does on E85. On E85 on the first pull, obviously there's got to be a lot more fine tuning and everything's still done to it, but it picked up over 100 horsepower on the E85, 932 to the wheels. That's not with all the fine tuning and everything, but you saw before we were at 830, something like that, a little bit over 800. So it picked up over 100 horsepower. That's not
the
bad.
first pull. That's just getting the fueling right, and now we can start throwing some timing at it.
It's probably gonna hit close to 1,000, huh?
It hit 1,000.
For a pretty much bone stock car. Hell yeah.
The stock supercharger.
Well, stock supercharger, yeah. That's badass.
If you want to check out, you want to show them some stuff around the shop before?
Yeah.
Some of the paint jobs, they're laying some badass paint jobs right now.
Yeah, we can go check out a couple. We'll just pause it and we'll go from there. All right, guys, here we're in the paint shop. Like I said, Manny and I own this stuff. We've been running HPP for a lot of years, but now we've been doing body work, and a lot of guys don't know we do body work, but just to give you an example, when we paint these cars, we strip them down all the way down. Here's a car, for example. This is the front of a split bumper Camaro. This car was a rust bucket when it came in. There was rust all over this stuff. We use Dyno glass instead of Bondo, very little amounts of Bondo, but we take like the hood, we take the trunk off, we take the front pieces off. This is how we paint it. This is a car that Manny's he'll tell you more about the swap, because I don't know exactly. It's gonna be similar to Chuck's car, but the guy wants it painted so it looks badass on the show. Here's his fender. We painted all separate. We came over here, we took his whole car out. Manny will talk about the swap in a second, but we take everything out completely. We even cleared all the way down the tunnels.
Flushed the engine bay.
Flushed everything out. There was rust all over this car. So the guy just wanted a Fox body because he wants to do the Coyote swap and he wants to run Chuck. He loves Chuck, wants to run Chuck in a similar car. So the whole car's been painted. You can see from here, we take off all the window trim, all the moldings, bumpers, hood, trunk, everything comes off, lights, everything. So we get clear, we get paint, we get everything around this whole car. This car was red. You can see the door in there. The door is going to be covered anyway. As you can see in here, that was the original color of the car, but you could add a lot of rust to it. So that'll give you an idea of what it used to look like. The roof was rusted. These panels, everybody knows in the Fox bodies, are always rusted. We put here undercoating because it had a lot of problems with rust, but we thought it would look a lot more professional if we put the undercoating up to here, the problems where the Fox bodies have. So we put the undercoating on. It's basically what they do to new cars. But on the swap,
so on this one,
what would you do?
We're actually going to go 3rd gen Coyote motor with a 10-speed auto. It should, with twins, it should make 1,000, 1,100 to the wheels.
Is it going to be a built motor though?
We're going to go stock Gen 3. They can handle 1,000, 1,100.
We got to go after Chuck.
Chuck's a stock too? Well, he's getting a good one now.
Yeah, Chuck ain't keeping his car stock.
Man, this thing at 1,000, 1,100 wheel, with the 10-speed, it should be a mid 5-second car, easy. If not low fives. He is going to keep the full interior, so it's going to be a full weight car. He wants stereo and all that shit, but power can compensate for all that.
Well, what about suspension wise? Because I know they were talking about the front and back suspension because we wanted the car to come up.
We're going to do the long travel struts on it. We'll do all the adjustable suspension in the back,
in the rear,
with an anti-roll bar. So it's street strip. It'll have the good stuff like a race car has, but it's going to be made to drive good.
And hopefully this time he's scared to drive it so I can drive it for him, because Manny can't be driving 3 different cars. That's not happening. I got to drive one at least.
So now y'all seen a little bit about what we do. You know, we can take care of everything from high performance work, regular maintenance work, paint and body. But of course what we like the most is racing and going out there, you know, like no prep kings, and we want to kick some ass out there. But if you're watching with the 405, we want our rematch.
See y'all later.